Welcome to Herbal Tea with the tea is hot and never pee. Let's get into it. So I told you I would do some more readings on the people that came out in my post, okay? I have been getting a white man for the longest in my reading, okay? And he also came out in her reading. So I just want to give you some details, okay? First of all, Keke Palmer was the highest paid child star in Nickelodeon. The highest paid. She produced Rags. She did Akeelah in the Bee. That was her first movie. She did some other Nickelodeon specials, okay? But she was the highest paid child star. Sink into that. Just go get your teacups and sip on this hot tea, okay? The highest paid, okay? With all the controversy that's coming out, you haven't heard a word from her. I also want to direct you all. I can't find this video. If somebody can find this video for me, I got something for you. You know what I mean? I have something for you. But the video was at a party, and I believe it was a Diddy party, a swim party. She was no more than 12, 13 years old, okay? She was dancing to some music, and behind her was a grown man twice her size dancing with her. See, these parties that all the influential people were going to, there were, people that you didn't know, but they have businesses, or they're businessmen or businesswomen, okay? And these businesswomen and businessmen have to pay a fee to get into these parties so they can have relations with these little kids that are there. The men and women having relations with the young kids that are there. That's why the young kids are there. That's why they're inviting them to grown people parties, because they are turning them into 304s. Welcome to the baddie shop. She was also funneled through that same system. She was also done the same way. So I kept getting this white man, right? And when I got this white man, it said property of, right? And I'm like, okay, property of. So I kept going, right? So I kept going, and then I noticed that the career offers was being controlled by this white man, okay? Blocking her love with men her age, because she thought what she had to do was going to be a one-time thing, but it wasn't. Do you understand? When she did what she did, it became consistent. It became that they were calling her consistently all the time, wanting to use her, dwelling, okay, for their pleasures, okay? So she was their favorite. And this man wanted to share her with the rest of his friends. Do you understand? She was seeking for perfection. She wanted to be perfected in her craft. But every attempt made her feel like she wasn't enough. She wasn't good enough, because the only thing that they wanted to concentrate on is her box, not the talent that she felt that she had, that she was displaying. They didn't want that. She got on for one thing and one thing only, and that was her box. That's what they want. You want this fame, you want this lifestyle, you're going to have to use what you got to get what you want, okay? So it took her power and her happiness away. And she was disappointed, but she still kept going on. As you know, she dated Quincy. Okay, that's Diddy's son. She's always been at Diddy parties. That's where she met her baby daddy, at a Diddy party. Do you understand? So when I looked up to look for a picture of her and this white man came up. My ancestors do what my ancestors do, and the universe aligns me with everything that I need. Everything that I need. So when I looked her up, and it was her and some white guy. His name is Patrick McMillan. He is a photographer of the nightlife of celebrities. He has pictures, he takes pictures, he does all types of things or whatever. But remember, he is a person that is positioned in places where these celebrities are, and he takes pictures and things of that nature of them. He has worked with New York Magazine, Party Time. He even has a project that's either coming out or out called Club Kids. Club is spelled with a K, not a C. I thought that was strange, so I said, let's go down this rabbit hole. So I looked up the meaning of club with a K. It is a Polish-derived word, and it started to be used more in 1990, okay? But this word club derived from the 1800s. You remember the post that I made of Van Gogh, of the 1800s, how he was being oppressed and being depressed about trying to achieve the things that he knew he was supposed to, but they were trying to stop and siphon him. Okay? So we're going back to the 1800s. Okay? In the 1800s, it was called guilty pleasures. But before I go into that, so I looked up the club meaning, right? A number of people meeting for study, pleasure, and gain. So when I saw pleasure, I'm like, pleasures, club pleasures, you know what I mean? The only pleasures is drinking or whatever the case may be. So I said, let me look more into it. That's when I found out that the word club had been derived from Poland, and it was established in 1800s. And what it means is as something that is not good for you, but feels good to indulge in. Things that society deems unworthy or irresponsible, embarrassed or ashamed, because it goes against social norms. What would be going against social norms? Guilty pleasures. Having relations with children. That is the guilty pleasure, okay? That is the guilty pleasure that they go through. So when Trey Songz was wanting her to be in the video was called Pick Up the Phone. She was tired of picking up the phone because every time she picked up the phone, they were calling for her box. They wasn't calling for her. Every time she was invited somewhere, it turned out that they wanted what they wanted from her. They didn't want to be in company with her. They didn't want to be friends with her. They didn't want to be companions with her. They wanted what they wanted from her. What she was giving everybody else, what she gave everybody else, we want that. Because we heard that it's what it is. That she is their favorite. She is their favorite. Do you understand? And at a certain point in time, she got tired of going to these places, and that is all she is being used for. So she started to stand up and say, no, I don't want to be in your video. I don't want this. I don't want that. But at the end of the day, her and her parents agreed for her to be exactly what she is today and do all the things that she did to get there. And she is no different than any of the other stars that are speaking out. She was made into a 304 in the background, but the girl next door in public. Have a good day.